Hey y'all, come on in, hit the like button on your way in. Hit the like button. Hey, giving you the real tea. Hi, Lifetime 64. What's up, Shauna? Miss B, that is me. How you doing? Hi, Angela Jean. Hey, Miss Karen. How y'all doing today? Everybody hearing me? Put some ones in the chat. Drop some ones if you're in the bushes or if you're in the chat. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Yes, y'all. We're going to get in here and talk about another L the federal courts have handed True Beggar. Okay, y'all dropping some ones. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you. So I hope everybody's doing good, feeling good. So, y'all, we're going to give a few minutes, let a couple people come on in here. Hey, T from TV. Hi, Tanya. How are you? Did y'all see what was going on with Candy and Todd before we get into the good old subject of this court case? That's crazy to me that Candy had that prenup and still had to come up off some money. And child support, they are saying out here, it's being reported that she's gonna have to pay Todd between $10,000 to $25,000 a month because he is going to be the primary custodial parent for their two children. And she also had to pay him a one-time payment of $2 million. He gets to keep all of the restaurant ventures they went into together. And I just find that so crazy. And what's even more crazy is they trying to paint it like I know Candy is big bad Candy. Now I know she got way more money than 2 million, but still to have to pay that man anything when you walk away from a man to have to dig in your purse and give them some of your hard earned money, baby, that will hurt my soul. I don't think Candy got the good end of that deal. And it was making me question, like, Candy girl, what does Ty have on you? What in the hush money is going on around here? That's just crazy that she has to pay this man. And then for him to get the kids. Now I know Candy is working. Candy keep a job, Burris, and I know she's traveling. But Todd also travels for work, and that was something that Candy pointed out. He does a lot of traveling for work as well, which is why she was paying for a nanny. So I don't know what's going over there with her camp. I don't think she got the good end of the deal, and I really want to know why she had to pay him anything at all. Candy is never home. Of course, she had to pay him for the kids. Yeah, I don't know, but he travels too. A lot of working parents make it work. And that's just crazy to me for him to even get the kids because we know he only wants the kids so he can get the child support. She painted a whole picture in her court documents of how he basically didn't do anything, but only sometimes helped with their night routine and sometimes dropped them off at school. That's what Candy said in her response when he first asked for the kids. She painted a very clear picture of saying, hey, I pay for everything financially involving these kids. I got them in extracurriculars. I got them a nanny. I got them this, that. He doesn't help with almost nothing. He may come in. If he come home that night, he may help with their bedtime routine and he may drop them off at school. That's exactly what Candy had to say. So for her to kind of double back, I still ask the question, what does that man have on her? Because it seemed weird. I found it weird when she was trying to cape for him in interviews. And it's like, why are you trying to, I don't know. It's weird to me. Let's not forget about Kenny didn't want Todd to work at one point or another. So did he get full custody or joint custody and child support? They just said he was going to be the custodial parent, which means he's going to have them live with him, and she's going to pay him child support. So that was weird to me. But yeah, so that was my thoughts on Candy real quick, y'all. We can get started. We ain't gotta really. We gonna talk about this case so I can get out of here. Hi, Bama girl. How are you? Hi, Deshonda. Sir will go off. That's crazy. I hope she appeals. Well, I guess they did some mediation, and that's what the terms they agreed to. She don't need to appeal because she agreed to it. They settled. That was their settlement agreement. They were actively involved in the litigation of the divorce, and those were the terms that both sides agreed to, apparently. Now, this was reported, I seen it reported by on the Ricky Smiley show, but apparently they were reporting it from Media Takeout. So how true the story is, I guess we'll never know. But Candy was doing a little caping for Todd, in my opinion. So it looks like they may have settled it, and but I guess if both of them can deal with it, that's really all that matters. But I just found it a little weird. Yeah, she settled, and that's the agreement. Yeah. Hi, Gloria. How are you? Yes, y'all. So let's get into this update with True T. I know what the people are here for. So y'all know in my last live we talked about the case of True T versus Wente Talks, and the judge denied every single thing that she asked for, and they made a request that she either provide her legal full name, her legal current address, and either pay the filing fees or provide them with full details and financial records on why she needs the court to waive her court fees, because he denied everything. He gave her till April 16th to provide to provide what he requested, or the case would be dismissed. Okay, so she went over to her Instagram, and of course she claimed people were lying on her, but she never pointed out the lies. And if somebody was lying on me regarding my own court case, I would pull it up so fast their head would spin. So, she's just talking. And of course, at the end of her statement, she was what? Begging for money. And she claimed she filed against PBE and filed against Marcella. So we have the one with her and Marcella. And we're going to get into that. Oh, wow. This case lasted longer than the OJ trial. Candy lost because she made him look good to the outside world, but then said what she was praising him for wasn't true. They go by what they said now. Yeah, that whole Candy situation threw me for a loop. I still feel like she was kind of trying to backtrack, and she was kind of trying to downplay whatever it is that caused them to get divorced. And it was like she didn't, I don't know, it's almost like she didn't want him to really get to talking, in my opinion. That's just what I'm kind of taking from it. She was trying to, play nice and not take it there, which is a good thing because they do have minor kids. But I felt like it was a little more than wanting to have a good co-parenting relationship. It's almost like she wants to keep him satisfied so he won't really start going low. Because in my opinion, Todd would definitely go low if he wasn't going to get what he wanted. He claimed that he didn't want none of her money and he wasn't going after her money. Well, why is she giving you a one-time payment of $2 million, especially when he's getting all the restaurants? Now, a lot of people saying the restaurants not doing good, but he still should have had to buy her out, right? I don't know, y'all. I know I started with that subject, but let's we go save that for another time, maybe. Let's get back to this. So True T and Marcella. So just to show, this is the first document. This was from Tay's case with True T. She's filed against Tay. Now, this is just to show the judge name on their case is Charles. So I call him Big Chuck because the way he kept it savage with her in his order, we're going to give Charles a nickname and his name going to be Chuck. Okay, so Chuck kept it real gangster, told her ass, hell no, get up out of here with that. And so now this is the case against Marcella, and this is from Pacer. So yeah, everybody's saying, oh, this is not the truth. If it's not coming from True T, it's not the truth. Baby, you ain't getting no type of truth from a true beggar. Okay. So this is the case. Y'all see the doggone case number, and we see it's Jane Doe. She's still trying to file under that pseudonym, doing business as True T. And we have the defendant listed as Marcella. Now, a couple of things I wanted to point out. Y'all see that address up there in the top right corner? This was filed March 16th, 2026 in Illinois. So this is in a federal court in Illinois. But the address she gave is listed in Kentucky. And then not only that, the I guess that was supposed to be like the PO box number or something. That's 1129. Why is that Tay's birthday? Tay's birthday is November 29th. So why is she using Tay's birthday? It's very much given single black female. And then also the area code for the number is coming back as like Utah, Salt Lake City somewhere. So why are you filing in an Illinois court, giving an address from Kentucky, and giving a phone number from Utah? Like, it's just all over the place. And this is actually assigned to the judge. Where's her name? April M. Perry. So she's not only is she taking up the court time, she's not even in one courtroom. She's taking up the time of multiple doggone judges. And so these are two separate judges. And it's like, girl, get your ass out of the courts, out of the federal courts at that, with this bullshit, because you're obviously playing games. You have a number from one state, an address from another state, and you filing in a whole nother state that don't got nothing to do with the other two. So like, what's really going on? It's really giving you just gave this you filed this bullshit and knew it would be kicked out, and you just all the way playing games. So I hope they find some kind of way to hold her accountable for what she's doing in these federal courts. KT from TV, always look forward to your reports. Thank you. Filing pro se, what do Lakita need money for? You tell me. It's giving nomad, no address, no name, no face, no case. Yeah. And it's kind of like she wants to distance herself from this in a way, because why are you giving all the type of contact information and information you can be reached for 3 different states? But we know it's still you. So even if she tried to deny that she didn't file these cases, girl, you put it on your Instagram that we know you're behind. You've been running that Instagram for years. So we know you're behind that Instagram, and you put on your Instagram confirming that it was you that filed all these cases in the federal courts. So I'm hoping, because, federal judges don't like when y'all just waste their time. So I'm hoping for them to find a way to hold her ass accountable for that. So yeah, so this case was assigned to a judge named April. Now, this is what she filed in Illinois against Marcella. It says complaint for damages and injunctive relief. Plaintiff Jane Doe, individually doing business as True T, files this complaint against defendant Marcella and states as follows. Nature of the action. This is an action for damages and injunctive relief arising from defendant's sustained campaign of defamation, cyberstalking, harassment, threats, and intimidation directed at plaintiff. Number 2, defendant has used online platforms, including YouTube and other social medias, to spread false statements about plaintiff and to encourage others to harass and threaten plaintiff. Number 3, defendant operates a YouTube channel known as Speak With Your Girl Marcella. Number 4, through this platform, defendant has repeatedly targeted plaintiff with malicious accusations and threats. Number 5, defendant has also worked in concert with others to harass, stalk, and intimidate plaintiff. Number 6, defendant conduct includes threats of violence, threats of sexual assault, attempts to obtain plaintiff's identity, and attempts to have plaintiff doxxed online. Number 7, defendant's actions have placed plaintiff in fear for her life and the safety of her family. Number 8, plaintiff seeks damages in the amount of 500,000 and injunctive relief. Oh, so she be watching everybody call Marcella Big Bank Marcella. Now she want 500,000. But she put on there she want 500. She said she want half a meal from Marcella. And it's so funny how she said people are threatening her and stalking her, but you literally have these people littered across your Instagram just like you had them across your YouTube. You attack everybody and you act like people don't have recordings of you. Just like you submitted some of that recordings you claim you had, people have recordings of you. So yeah, they're gonna get all into her ass for this bullshit. It says jurisdiction and venue. The court has jurisdiction under 28 USC 91 90 no USC 1332 because the parties are citizens of different states and the amount of controversy exceeds 75,000. Plaintiff is a citizen of Illinois. Defendant Marcella is a citizen of another state. The court has jurisdiction because defendant's conduct violates federal statute. The venue is proper. Girl, you got to prove that. So she got to prove the venue is proper by providing them with her address. And I just don't know what to say about this lady. So this was 13 pages, y'all. 13 pages of bullshit of her alleging the same thing over and over. People are threatening her. People are harassing her. She's fearing for her safety. Now, she contradicts herself in these damn documents because you're filing as a Jane Doe. But when you are asking the court for restraining orders and things like that for stalking, harassment, and fearing for your life, you have to prove that you are in immediate danger. You have to prove that you have to prove that you got to take these people serious because they can get to you, they know where you is, and they can harm you. But then she's filing as a Jane Doe, asking for her identity to remain unknown until she gets protective orders. That's a contradiction. Because if you're filing as a Jane Doe, that means you believe that none of these people know exactly who you are. So why do you need a protection order if none of these people know exactly who you are or know where you're residing at? You know? So, Shayna, I want to know. And the courts want to know. And that's one of the reasons they not taking her as serious. Because how do you come in here as an anonymous party and name all these people? It's clear you know who these people are because she's naming people's first, middle, and last names and the state they reside in. She's detailed when it comes to everybody else information, but she ain't got no type of details when it comes to her own. She ain't go into detail about her finances. She ain't go into details about the accusations, no dates, no times of when these things occurred. She just said they occurred. And so this is the second judge, April. April's going to join Chuck, and they're going to tag team her ass in these documents. Okay? Hey, Chef Dun Dun, he said this lady is delusional. Very much so. Prosperity, if my name isn't Nikita. Girl, okay. The way I'm coming from behind the curtain, pulling off that mask, she won't do it. She'll have to be dragged out of the closet. Yeah, Chuck is keeping his foot on her neck, and April has joined him, okay? He tagged April in, and April said, hell the fuck no, not in my courtroom either. So this was the complaint. Like I said, it's 13 pages. It's on Pacer, but it's redundant, y'all. That's literally all it includes. Her basically saying that Marcella is stalking her, harassing her, threatening her. She fears for her life. Marcella has admitted to owning a firearm, and basically she says that in all different type of ways, the same damn thing. So we're not even going over all 13 pages. This was the first 2 pages of the complaint against Marcella. Y'all can go on Pacer and check out the rest of them. Now, she asked for a emergency temporary restraining order. Everything she asked for against Tay, she asked for in this case as well. So it says plaintiff emergency motion for temporary restraining order. Plaintiff Jane Doe, proceeding pro se, respectfully moves this court for a temporary restraining order pursuant to Federal Rule of Civil Procedure 65 against defendant Marcella, and states as follows. Introduction. Plaintiff brings this emergency motion due to defendant's ongoing threats, harassment, stalking, and intimidation. Who really was intimidated? Says number two, defendant has threatened plaintiff's life and lives in the lives of plaintiff's family members. Number three, defendant has encouraged sexual violence against plaintiff and threatened to pay another individual to sexually assault plaintiff. Now, when did Marcella say she was going to pay somebody to sexually assault Truthie? When did she say that, y'all? This lady is just outrageous. Oh, my Lord. What's going on? Don't kick me out. Okay. Hold on, y'all. Let me go back. Okay. Where were we? Number four, defendant has publicly stated that she intends to discover plaintiff's identity and publish plaintiff's personal information on the internet. You mean like you did to everybody that you claim was involved in that doxing case? Number five, defendant has admitted to using third-party investigative databases and technology surveillance in order to identify and track plaintiff. Like, who you think it is? It says defendant has stated that she has eyes everywhere and has already demonstrated this by placing, dang, what that say? Y'all can't see, it's too small. By placing something inside a courtroom to spy on plaintiff. Oh, placing someone inside a courtroom to spy on plaintiff. Girl, she is delusional. She's still trying to talk about what she was calling the illegal field trip to the courtroom. Girl, the fucking courtroom is open to the public. People go and sit and watch cases. Do you know, like, elderly people, instead of getting online like you and your motherfucking crew do and starting shit with people, you know, it's people that are retired that like to listen to different cases, and they go sit in the court and they listen to these cases play out. The judge, wouldn't nobody be in there if they couldn't be in there, baby. The judge would have had them removed. Like, instead of raising money for some fucking lawyers, she's never going to get. Her supporters need to raise some money to send her ass into an inpatient facility because she needs it pronto. It says defendant stated that, hold on, we read that. It says defendant is a gun owner and has publicly acknowledged possessing a firearm. Number eight, plaintiff reasonably fears that defendant may carry out her threats if plaintiff's identity is discovered. So that's what I'm saying. You fear that she'll carry out the threat if she find out who you is, but that mean, baby, it is no threat because she don't know where the fuck you at and she don't know who the fuck you is. Therefore, there is no goddamn threat. Oh my God. Defendant conduct constitutes cyber stalking, harassment, and threats transmitted through interstate communication. You mean like you did when you clicked your fucking button and continue to do on Instagram? Legal standard. A temporary restraining order may be issued where I can't see it. God damn it. I should have made these bigger. Y'all can see it on the screen though. Where something is demonstrated. 11, a likelihood of success on the merits, irreparable harm if the order is not granted, that the balance of harm favors the movement. I think that says, I can see. Number 14, that the injunctive is in the public's interest. It's not in the public's interest. Argument A, plaintiff is likely to succeed on the merits. Plaintiff has presented detailed allegations of defamation, cyberstalking, conspiracy, and intentional infliction of emotional distress. No, you didn't. And that's something the judge is going to ask her for details because she didn't name a place or time that this threat was carried out. She didn't do shit. So where are the details? Defendant has engaged in repeated online harassment campaigns targeting plaintiff. You have as well. Defendant has threatened violence and sexual assault against plaintiff. Girl, go away from me with that shit, Apollo. Like, What y'all said in the chat? Oh my lord, y'all. She is just crazy. And y'all see why I can't read 13 pages of this shit. Cause she's very much delusional and very much just repeating the same things. You already said she harassed you, da 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 this, da 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 da. Get to something else. Hey Camera Wear, thank you for joining. Hey Braylon, thank you. Chef said he got a new single out. It's called Denied, and it is fucking hilarious. Y'all need to go check that out. So yeah, y'all, she's very much delusional. Let's see, because we're gonna get to what the judge had to say. Plaintiff will suffer irreparable harm without the court's intervention. Public interest supports injunctive relief. It says defendant threatened plaintiff life and safety of plaintiff's family. Defendant has access to firearms. Defendant has encouraged others to harm plaintiff. Defendant has attempted to track plaintiff's identity. If plaintiff identity is exposed, plaintiff faces a substantial risk of harassment, violence, and retaliation. Would you claim that you were already experiencing all of those things, ma'am? You said you were already experiencing all of those things. So what do you mean if your identity is discovered that these things will happen to you? She said plaintiff seeks only protection from harassment and threats. The requested order will simply prohibit defendant from engaging in unlawful conduct. Defendant will suffer no legitimate harm by being required to refrain from threatening, stalking, or harassing plaintiff. Public interest in support of injunctive relief. The public interest favors protecting the individuals from threat, harassment, cyberstalking. Issuing a restraining order would deter further harassment and protect plaintiff from potential violence. You're already protected, Jane Doe. So then what we're finna get into. So this is just the definition of a minute order, y'all. Because like I showed y'all, we finna read the minute order that was entered by the judge April for this case. It's gonna so the actual order has not been entered. So y'all see down there at the bottom it says the minute entry before the Honorable April M. Perry. So this is basically everything that the order will have in there. And this is still legally binding. It's the minutes from the hearing that they held on the case. So this is everything that was discussed from the hearing on what she's asking for. So we're finna get into basically the minute order, which is again and here it just says minute entry or minute order is a concise written record created by the court clerk summarizing a hearing, whereas a formal order is a detailed drafted document signed by the judge, while a minute entry attorney or the judge. Details. The minute entries are often short summaries. Formal orders of comprehensive and include legal order, but are often effective. So this was what was entered for her case. It was entered yesterday, I believe, on the 18th. No, on the 19th. Yesterday wasn't the 18th. Yesterday was the 19th, but I think it was entered on the 18th. So I'm expecting the actual order, and we're going to come back and we're going to read the order, even though it's going to say the same exact thing. We're going to read the actual order as well, too, because that's how. But let's get into it. So this, you see, it says notification of docket entry. This is the minutes, okay? And this is what Judge April had to say about that fucking case that True T brought her ass in another courtroom tying up these judges when she should be searching the fucking newspaper or Indeed for a job. Defendant showing doing a lot to a person with an unknown identity. This be should have read this out loud before submitting it to the court. She just wanted to put this so she could beg her people for more money. Either she just wanted to do it to beg for more money, or she truly is that fucking delusional and crazy. Okay, hold on. Let me take this comment off the screen. Oh, I hope I make it big enough. Hold on, let me pull it up on my phone, y'all, because I don't think I'm gonna be able to make this big enough for me to read from the computer. But I got it on my phone, so let's just pull it on up. So, okay, yeah, it was filed. So this was, you see the case number at the top in blue. Everybody's free to look it up, do your own research. It was filed on March 18th, 2026. This is page one of two. Jane Doe listed as the plaintiff. Marcella is the defendant. The Honorable April M. Perry is the judge presiding over this case. And again, it is a different judge from the one over Tay's case with her. And it says notification of docket entry. This docket entry was made by the clerk on Wednesday, March 18th, 2026. Minute entry before the Honorable April M. Perry. Plaintiff's application to proceed in forma pauperis number 4 is denied as incomplete. So, you guys, in forma pauperis is simply her asking for the court fees to be waived. So, this is her broke ass trying to get the courts to waive the fees. When they say in forma pauperis, that's simply getting the fees waived. And the judge did what? He denied it. She denied it. Okay. Um, According to the application, plaintiff has received $31,500 in income in the last 12 months, which puts plaintiff's household significantly above the poverty threshold set by the US government. And they gave her a website to where she can go look up and see what's the poverty line. And I went and looked up on that exact website. And so she's only a two-person household. So with two people, I think you're at 100%, meaning you're above the poverty line at like 21,000, which is crazy because everybody knows 21,000 ain't no money. But yeah, the judge says, bitch, you make more than enough money. You claimed you made 31,000. That's more than enough money to pay these motherfucking court fees. The judge said, go do your research, and said plaintiff provides no information about plaintiff's monthly financial obligations other than to say thousands of dollars. Everybody on her ass about her putting, when they ask her what she owes, she gonna put thousands of dollars. She said, in order to make a determination as to plaintiff's indigency, the court must have a accurate accounting of income and expenses based upon the information currently provided. Plaintiff does not qualify as indigent, and that means she's too poor to have to pay for something. She don't qualify for it. Plaintiff may either pay the filing fees in this case or submit a complete and accurate in forma pauperis application by April 1st, 2026. As for plaintiff's motion to proceed under a pseudonym, number 5, that too is denied at this time. The Seventh Circuit heavily disfavors anonymous and pseudonymous or no name litigation and requires the plaintiff to demonstrate exceptional circumstances in order to do so. It says fictitious names are allowed when necessary to protect the privacy of children, rape victims, and particularly vulnerable parties or witnesses. Plaintiff claims to be a vulnerable party, but neither the emergency motion or the temporary restraining order nor the complaint in this case are pled with the necessary level of specificity, Lord, to establish. Hold on, I lost where I was. To establish to establish the plausibility of such a claim. A complaint must provide more than an unadorned, the defendant unlawfully harmed me accusation. So the judge said you can't just come up here and say oh, this person, Marcella, harmed me and think that we're going to grant you the right to proceed as a Jane Doe. No. Reasonable inference that the defendant is liable for the misconduct alleged, and they state a case. The factual allegations in the complaint must be sufficient to raise a right to relief above the speculative level. Moreover, a claim of defamation, the main claim raised against the defendant in this case, must be pled with specificity. What this means is that the alleged false statement must be pled with a sufficient, precise, and particularity so as to permit the initial judicial review of their defamation of their defamatory context. Green versus Rogers. In the case, the plaintiff has not alleged in the let me slow down, y'all. In the case, the plaintiff has not alleged any particular false statement with any specificity inside. Instead, plaintiff lodges numerous broad allegations of defamation, threats, harassment, cyber stalking, intimidation, paying another individual to sexually assault plaintiff, publishing plaintiff's personal information on the internet, and spying on plaintiff without alleging a single date that any of these events occurred or setting forth the facts underlying the allegations or the words contained in any alleged threat. So the judge said she didn't give any type of specifics for what she claimed Marcella did. She didn't give a date when she said these things occurred. She didn't give a setting. She didn't have no facts for the underlying allegations. Okay. Without, or was I? Without alleging a single date. It says, or setting forth the facts underlying the allegations or the words contained in any alleged threat or false statement. This is not sufficient, and therefore the court dismisses the complaint for a failure to state a plausible federal claim and denies plaintiff's emergency motion for a temporary restraining order. Number six, plaintiff may file an amended complaint that provides more factual detail and about what defendant is alleging to have done. Any amended complaints must be filed by April 17th, 2026, or the case will be dismissed for failure to state a plausible federal claim. One additional point for plaintiff's consideration. So, yeah, the judge has given her to one day after the date she has for take case. She has to the 16th for take case, and she has to the 17th for this case. And then this is the warning that the judge issued to True T. And it says one additional point for plaintiff's consideration. So True T, the judge said, please consider this, okay? It says truth is a defense to defamation. Therefore, if this litigation is to continue, defendant will have the right to seek discovery from plaintiff about the truth or falsity of the defamatory statements that were allegedly made. So they said the defendant, who is Marcella, will have the right to seek discovery herself. And she can also, ask questions about the truth and the falsity of the statements that True T is making in this motherfucking lawsuit against her. It says defendant will also have the right to depose the plaintiff, to ask plaintiff questions about all of these matters. So that means you better have your ducks in a row, because the court, just like any other court, is going to allow the defendant to question your ass about everything you've said about them. It says, moreover, As a plaintiff is self represented, the plaintiff will need to appear in person in court to litigate this matter. They said, girl, you're going to have to come show up in person to these court hearings. It says plaintiff should consider whether a civil lawsuit is the best way for plaintiff to receive the distance from the defendant that the plaintiff purports to seek. They said, you bringing your ass in here to court telling us you want to distance yourself from these people, but here you are filing a federal lawsuit against them and representing yourself. You're going to have to come here. They're going to see you. They're going to talk to you. And that's all allowed because they have the right to face their accuser and to defend themselves. So he said, if you don't want to see these people or talk to these people, maybe you should rethink bringing your ass to federal court. It says, finally, this court does not refer criminal conduct to law enforcement agencies. To the extent plaintiff believes a crime has occurred, plaintiff should report it to the law enforcement immediately. Mailed notice. Okay, so that was the docket entry. Oh, did I ever let y'all look at the second page? That was the second page. So, yeah. April said denied. You have not given us enough information. The information that you did give us. Hold on, y'all. Okay. The judge said denied, get the fuck out of here, just like Chuck said. April went ahead and said the information that you did give us, you want us to waive these fees, but you said you made about $31,000. That's enough to pay these court fees. Okay. They want to know her legal address. They want to know her legal name. And she got to refile all this bullshit because she didn't state a cause. She didn't give any details of when these harassment occurred. Now, if somebody is harassing you and stalking you to the extent that True T is claiming, why does she not have all of this shit together? And I don't want to hear, oh, I was trying to wait to discovery. No, that's not how court works, baby. You can't think you're going to hold on to something and just like surprise somebody with it in court. No. And even if you weren't going to list off every single date and time somebody harassed you, you didn't even list off 1 or 2 dates. That should have all been included in her initial filing. She should have had some dates sometimes. She should have had way more information. And she damn sure wouldn't have put her saying that she stayed in Illinois, but her address is in Kentucky and her phone number is from Utah. But claiming that this court has jurisdiction. That's not how it works. I feel like all of this is being filed to prove to her followers that she is filing something, even though she knows she is filed wrong, again, knowingly, and won't refile it since it has to show the face. Yeah, like I said in the other video, I feel like this was just a here damn filing. Everybody was getting on her ass about not filing shit, and she had took up them people money. She claimed that a black woman attorney ran off on her, but now she wants to raise money again. So, and I don't think she's gonna do what the fuck she said she's gonna do with that money. She just wants y'all money, because as y'all can see, she over there struggling, telling the court she owe people thousands of dollars, thanking people on Instagram for having to take care of her and her dependent with their cash apps and their donations. Marcella has entered the building. She says discovery means I can bring in witnesses with their receipts too, show a pattern and potential of the victims. She got until April 1st, 2026. That's right. Discovery is going to discover all of her lies. She might want to just take that L. She just want to panhandle in peace. We are prepping to send out to all my witnesses to speak in discovery. I want all her evidence checked and double checked. That's right. Verify everything that she submit. It ain't gonna take long to verify because she ain't got shit to submit. Bitch ain't got no proof of nothing other than people responding to her cracked out ass. Well, she took up money for an attorney before she filed pro se, so there's some fraud by taking in question. Yeah, that's true. Said exactly filing a civil court on some criminal crap. Yeah, did told the courts to basically pass the message on. And the judge like, finally, girl, why the fuck is we passing messages to the police for you? We don't do that here. That's not what courts are for. If you feel like somebody committed a crime, especially against you, you would be the one to reach out to the police, not us. The fuck? And y'all, I'm gonna give her the benefit of the doubt and say her ass know that she just thinks she's smarter than a fifth grader, but she is smarter than her subscribers because they over there still giving they money for this bullshit. And I want them to continue to, because y'all getting exactly what y'all deserve over there. Let her take all y'all motherfucking money up. I hope she take every last drop of y'all money, because her ass ain't doing nothing. She knew damn well filing this shit, and then she over there just faking, just acting like she getting some progress done. Girl, you ain't got shit did. This is what your subscribers donated and waited for a year. This is what they waited for for you to go around and play with the fucking federal courts. And I promise you, I hope these judges make her ass pay for this shit too. When she don't bring her ass in there and do what she's supposed to do, I hope they can find her ass in contempt some type of way for even doing this to people and wasting the court time. Not one courtroom, but two. Well, not even two, because then she claimed she filed against PBE. So that will be assigned to a different judge. So she's tying up the federal courts with three frivolous cases. Got three judges looking over this bullshit that she's submitting, knowing that it's going to be kicked out, which is another reason she didn't want to pay her money for it, because she knew this bullshit wasn't going nowhere. Well, not her money. She ain't paying her money for shit. She didn't want to pay her subscribers' monies for it. We are actually contributing to the fraud that's going on with the donations with these cases. She knowingly filed wrong after being warned by the judge. Yeah, because she filed this on the 16th. I wonder when that other judge issued the order. I got to go back and look. Was it the 17th or the 16th? I agree with both of your last post. Let me scroll up, y'all. Did I miss anybody? Embarrassing. She just said get her, don't like her. I want her money. I can't keep track of all these lawsuits, dang. Neither can we. We barely can. We barely can. But luckily these federal courts ain't playing with her ass, and they telling her right up, no ma'am, this ain't what the fuck you about to do. Denied, denied, denied. And the courts gave her to the first. And then she got into the 17th on the other one to file something else. Got to the 16th on Tay's case. So we barely can keep count on all these frivolous lawsuits. They really took their ass to the courts. And this must all been part of their plan too. Because y'all remember when she was trying to file a class action against Stormy, and then she was trying to file a class action against Shanita. Y'all, this bitch was just out here really thirsty for a class action. She needed a payday that motherfucking bad that she was out here just trying to throw a lawsuit on anybody. I mean, any damn body. She went from saying that everybody needs to sue Stormy in a class action to just attacking Shanita out of nowhere. And all she did was see that lady on one fucking episode of Love and Marriage Huntsville. And she started talking about that lady, calling that lady a scammer, talking about she ain't giving the money, ain't going where it was supposed to go. No, bitch, your raised donations wasn't going where the fuck they was supposed to go. You took up all that motherfucking money and your bum broke ass sit up there and spent them folks' money. And then gonna say a fucking black lady. And what is it? Is she not a black lady? Because the way she talk about black women got me real confused. Why the fuck you gonna make up an imaginary black lady attorney talking about she ran off with her money? Bitch, ain't nobody ran off with your broke ass money. Your broke ass would have chased them down like they ran off with your last fucking meal. Bitch, don't play out here. Don't play. We are adults. We have common sense. We know you used to you listening to them subscribers and they ain't got no fucking common sense and they just let you say whatever comes to your fucking foggy ass brain. But girl, we know ain't nobody ran off on you. You spent that fucking money with your broke ass and then wanna file this shit pro se. Who are the judges for these cases? I need to see something. The judge for her case against Marcella is April M. Perry. She's the federal judge. No, don't do that. This computer acting so dumb. Let me see. Yeah, so it's on the document. The case for this Marcella's judge is April M. Perry, and then the judge for Tay is Charles P. Cacross. I don't know. I'm butchering his last name, but it's on the screen. Chuck. We call him Big Chuck. Big Daddy Chuck on her motherfucking ass. Chuck and April. April and Chuck. They are the attorneys for both of these federal cases. Jeanette said Shanita was interfering with her efforts to raise that GoFundMe money. But oh, you right. You motherfucking right, Jeanette. She seen her as fucking competition because they think they own the millimeters while the motherfucker's so dumb and sitting here thinking that she support Mel. But before she got into it with all these content creators on YouTube, where the fuck was she to support male lives? Where did y'all see her anytime support male lives or her products? Hmm? But when she found out y'all was spending bread like that on them motherfucking lives and on them products and then on them super chats to the gossip girls and to Chef Dun Dun and everybody, when she found out y'all had money like that, that's when they got real motherfucking possessive over the millimeters. And you damn right, Janet, that's exactly what it was. She seen Shanita as motherfucking competition because Shanita had opened up her little business adventures and her nonprofit to the millimeters and asking them to pay to help the girls over there get, sanitary napkins and whatnot. And so she said, oh no, this bitch is encroaching on my motherfucking money. And she just attacked that lady. And she only seen her on one motherfucking episode taking up a mail. And she attacked that lady and tried to make a fucking class action. Same thing she did to Stormy. Ain't never brought the girl products, but talk about let's get together and boycott in LA and let's file a class action lawsuit against her. And then gonna go after Maurice, but then spend a year trying to get on back on the lawsuit. Money, money, money. When you get down to the bottom of all this shit, it was about money, which is why they wanted to knock all the other content creators off too. Anybody that subscribers actually fucked with them and sent them money and stuff, they wanted to knock them off as well. Yeah, it was all about the money. If a lawyer ran off, she could report and have that lawyer under investigation and possibly disbarred. Exactly. But she claimed she just claimed she wasn't going to do anything to that attorney. After the attorney allegedly ran off on her with all her fucking money, she claimed that she wasn't seeking to do anything, no type of retaliation or complaint against the fucking lawyer that ran off with all her money. But we the people know that's some bullshit. Bitch, you spent a year attacking one single person on motherfucking YouTube. You don't know how to let shit go. You don't know how to let shit go. And not only that, what attorney will run off knowing they could get in trouble for that? What attorney would even do that, y'all? She's a fucking liar and a bad one at that. The album book and Black Addie, the alleged stole her money. YouTube checks since 2024 and donations, cash apps are all sources of income. YouTube has to be filed by I-9. That's part of discovery. Mm-hmm. We got a few more minutes before we gonna get out of here, y'all. I reside in the bushes and hang out, but this got to be the longest episode of Punked. Because how you go to the courts and give them fake info, starting with your YouTube name. Exactly. And to the federal courts at that. She didn't even just go down to the local circuit court. She took her ass in federal court and decided to play with these federal judges. And that's why I hope they slap her ass right on the hand with something and find a way to somehow hold her in some type of contempt or something because she did this intentionally. Child, I was doing modding for 8 hours, modding for 8 hours. Yeah, Braylon, you was over there modding for 8 hours, and they never gave her a single cent of support. But the moment they started getting into it with all the content creators, some of who really spent the time and money supporting her, then all of a sudden they support her. Yeah, her ass is not. Say I meant you. I meant to say Melody follows her. Yeah, that's fine. You know, everybody can follow who they want, but we see the real. Nobody else don't have to see it, but we see it. Just like she got on here bad mouthing her and then switched up. She noticed that was where her money would come from. She's better off. She's better off getting into a fender bender if she wants a quick buck. She probably ain't even got no fucking car. She over there as broke as she was. She was over there talking shit about AL, talking about calling him a kid boy, but she probably ain't got shit. Because y'all remember she said somebody rolled up on her with tinted windows when she walked outside of her house. Bitch, where you walking to? You ain't got no car. As broke as you claiming you are, you probably don't got no motherfucking car. That's why she probably can't go out and get into no fender bender. They got to try to sue these big corporations because everybody know big corporations usually will settle out of court if it's cheaper. But with them, they don't have shit. They literally don't have a case at all. At least you got to have a little something to make the company say, you know what, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and just give them a few $1,000s and we ain't gonna do this. But no, she don't even got that. They don't got shit, no time, no dates, no proof, no nothing. So these companies ain't even fooling with them. They like, bitch, you don't even think enough of us to have a little something, something to come against us. You just want to think you just gonna say, oh, I am suing you, and they gonna automatically just turn over some money to their ass. If it is proven that she has been making false declarations to the court, she can get herself locked up, lying to the courts and wasting their time. You're right. She truly can because you submit all them documents under a penalty of perjury, meaning you basically have to tell the truth or you're perjuring yourself. And you're absolutely right. She can get in trouble, love key, for intentionally perjuring herself and submitting lies to the court. And so everybody she filed against, y'all better pursue that shit. Every single person she called herself filing these federal cases against, pursue that shit because she perjured the fuck out of herself. So if anybody gonna be getting locked up, it's gonna be her ass. The judge needs to do a background check on her. I think she has a job and money. She probably do. I want all her cash apps. But the only reason I don't it's two reasons I don't think she might not have employment. One, if she is who everybody thinks she is, which is big back Keita, then she lost it. She had one, but she lost it. Okay. But it wasn't in no 2022. Now, if she ain't big back Keita and she just some other person, then I don't think she got a job because all these posters she making talking about she up like stressing. And I really do believe her ass is stressing because she don't know how to shut up and she can't leave this situation alone to save her life. She is literally obsessed. So I don't think she even has a time for a job because she too obsessed watching people on YouTube. They said she get SSI benefits. YouTube video monetization cash apps. Chef Dunn said, I'm gonna get her for that criminal threat. Yeah, get her motherfucking ass. Ain't nobody gonna take no pity on her. Mm-mm. She had plenty of chances to get her ass the fuck on and leave people alone, and she didn't. So get her ass. Every single person who she got tied up in some bullshit, get her motherfucking ass. I don't bother her at all. That's right, Marcella. She says, yes, it is malicious prosecution. Yeah, it is. Okay, y'all, real quick before I get out of here. And this is not even to my subbies. This is for all these people that be coming to my channel and talking that bullshit. Y'all, they really, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with these people. That lady said she thought I was too mature and professional. Girl, who told you that? Who the fuck told you that? Is it my speech? Is it my reading voice? Is my voice really that different when I be reading these documents that y'all think I let a hoe come over here, call me a bag of bitches, lie on my platform, tell people I'm spreading misinformation, which is defamation, call me out my name continuously, make several videos about me over a course of a year, talk her shit whenever she get ready. She didn't call me ghetto, she didn't call me fat, she didn't call me a bum, she didn't call me broke, she didn't call me several bitches. And y'all said y'all thought I was too mature and professional. First of all, who the hell get on YouTube or really any social media of theirs to be professional? I never got on this channel and said, y'all, I'm going to keep it 100% professional. What I said is, don't make me run this bitch like a Facebook page. That's what I said. Because I was really trying hard not to run my YouTube. That don't mean I want it to be professional. That just mean I really didn't want to go there. But see, she took it there. And y'all be taking it there with me too. But then I had to realize y'all dumb as fuck. Like, with all the disrespect. Y'all dumb as fuck. So every time y'all come over here in my comments talking that shit, that bullshit, I'm gonna read y'all dumb ass. And I'm gonna expose you for the no brain, no life, imaginary friend, parasocial relationship having, no money getting, coward ass, scary ass, dusty ass bitch that you are. Okay? I am never too mature to check a bitch that continuously attack me. I don't know where y'all from or what y'all do, but that's not what I do. I'm a grown ass lady. Okay? Nobody is gonna come disrespect me on my channel or disrespect me anywhere I am and think I'm not gonna have a response for their ass. Okay? Okay? Because being mature has nothing to do with accepting disrespect. So I really don't know where y'all get that from. Y'all are really weird on YouTube. And I know y'all felt threatened because these must be the only interactions y'all have with people in y'all everyday life. And so y'all want to fucking hold on to it with the grip of a motherfucking infant. And you want to defend it with your last breath. But don't bring your bitch ass over here doing it. Stay over there. Okay, because when she was calling me a bag of bitches and talking shit about my platform and saying she wish I failed and all that shit, I didn't see none of y'all go over there and tell her, hey, no, that lady is too mature, that lady is too professional for you to be cussing her out like that. I didn't see y'all going over there telling her that I was too mature and professional to be dogged out the way she was calling herself dogging me out. I didn't see y'all over there telling her that she needs to rise above and she needs to stay silent and she needs to suck it up and just take it like I'm some motherfucking battered or abused woman in a relationship that need this nigga for money and security. The fuck is wrong with y'all? Y'all are weird. Very much weird. And you don't have to like me. And y'all don't have to watch the content. Y'all don't have to interact with the content. Y'all can unsubscribe, which a lot of people have. I've been losing subscribers a little here and there, and I ain't sad or upset about it. Bye. I need you bitches out my algorithm. I really do. So if y'all don't like the way I talk, if y'all don't like what's going on around here, do not come around here. Simple. Y'all owner, y'all master, she told y'all ass. She told y'all. She said, stay from around there. But yet y'all still bring y'all ass around here thinking y'all checking somebody's temperature or getting some straightening for a motherfucker you don't even know. For Jane Doe. Yes, go off. I love it. Laugh out loud. Carol Maria, you crazy. Now these people really getting on my motherfucking lives. Like, who do y'all think y'all be talking to? Is that the advice y'all give y'all children when they go to school and be bullied and shit? Is that what y'all tell them? To stay silent? They're too mature. At school is where they should remain professional. Like, do y'all really get that type of advice to y'all people? Cause I don't. I don't. I tell my people, somebody fuck with you. First, you do tell the teacher. You let them, you let an adult know. But the next time you knock five from their ass. Cause I ain't raising no kids that are gonna harm themselves or are gonna wallow in self pity or become depressed because motherfuckers fucking with them. It's my world. Like, don't nobody exist over here unless I allow them to. So no, you're not gonna come over here and be disrespectful. You're not gonna pop your shit and think I'm not gonna talk back. I got a mouth and I'm gonna use it. Simple as that. Y'all are weird, bro. Y'all need to grow up. Y'all need to go do some soul searching. Y'all need to get out more in y'all communities. Y'all need to go get some money so y'all can go shopping, go out to eat, go take trips. Do something other than sit up here and caping for a motherfucking lady that wouldn't get y'all to sweat off her ass if y'all was thirsty. That bitch is all about self. Okay? Her and her little minions, they're all about self. They literally only see y'all dumbasses as cash money signs. Somebody they can beg and ask for something and they don't have to give you nothing in return and you're going to give them your money. Okay? That's what they see y'all as. And so to come up here trying to stick up for another bitch, no, do all that campaigning, ass kissing, ass sucking, do that shit in a comment section. Don't come over here with it. Because I'm going to cut your ass the fuck out. And that's just what it's going to be. That goes for any and everybody. Content creators alike. Yeah, I'll be doing some of the weirdest shit I ever seen. And I'm really concerned about society. That is so many fucking adults that behave like this. And I ain't talking about the cursing and the reading a bitch when it is necessary. I'm talking about the dumb, clueless, idiot motherfuckers that expect people to just lie down and take it. Do I look like Kimmy? I'm just gonna lie down and take it. The fuck? Y'all are weird. So y'all, that's really all I gotta say. We done hit the 1 hour mark, baby. It is said and done. The second judge has set True T ass down somewhere. So this was two different judges that denied her complaints in full. We're waiting until April and they will be dismissed because I do not believe that bitch is going to be filing under her real name because she could have did it from the jump. She could have did it from the jump. If she really was serious about suing these people, if she really was serious about the evidence she had against people, the cases that she had against people, she would have filed that shit with her real name with no motherfucking problem. Okay? If she really was serious about suing people, if she really was serious about getting justice for herself, she would have used y'all money that y'all gave her to actually handle to hire an attorney to litigate this case for her if she was serious about any of this. And who is this? One of y'all. He go Allison Tucker talking some, and you still obsessed with her. She's living rent free in y'all head. That makes you dumb as fuck. Girl, no, it don't. It makes you dumb as fuck. Cause I ain't online in defending an invisible motherfucking ghost. I ain't online giving my money to a bitch that then lied to me 50, 11 motherfucking times and went over there and buying her some motherfucking McDonald's and Burger King and dollar store clothes with your money. Ain't nothing dumb about me. And I damn sure ain't obsessed with her, baby. We're reading court documents that your friend filed. The fuck are you saying? Y'all act like we just be talking about her to talk about her. Bitch, she took her raggedy ass up in a federal court and filed several motherfucking lawsuits. And if you didn't know by now, that's what we do over here. We read lawsuits. So yeah, that's what we're gonna continue to do if she keep filing them. And then when all these other content creators that she attacked, when they file their suits against her bitch ass, I'm gonna be right there to read them and show them. Allison Tucker, 1192. Get your stupid ass up out of here. Get your head out your ass and get from over here. You done built a parasocial relationship with this lady so strong. You over here in your free time in my comment section listening to me when you already know what we finna be talking about. Bitch, you read the motherfucking title. You think if I don't like somebody and I don't like their motherfucking topics or I don't like their content, I don't like what they saying, you think I'm finna go click on their video to hear what they saying just so I can object in their comment section? What a fucking loser. What a fucking loser you are. Bitch, go get a life. Go get a money. Go play with your kids. Clown. Here you go. Ask Truty, can you borrow these, bitch? Because I think they your size. Dumbass. You're either one of them from a fake page, or you really are just a dumbass individual. Put them shoes on, my dear. Now the judge will see this as a form of harassment and intimidation tactics and using the court as a part of the game. Exactly. And they seeing right through her from the fucking begin. The bitch ain't got a chance. Oh, but you didn't read my documents. Oh, okay. Hey, T from TV. Hey, on Britspot. I gotta stay neutral between you and Tayance. Y'all know we all part of La Familia, according to them. So yeah, that's what it is, y'all. We're gonna wrap this up. Y'all gonna have to catch the replay. If you're just coming, please hit that like button. It's a free way to support the channel. Love Key said, keep reading and reporting that crazy ass mess. They are going to stay mad. We're assholes. They show is if they waiting on me to stop. Because we read court documents over here, baby. And we show them. We don't just tell y'all stuff. We show them and give you the site where you can go get them yourself. Okay. So everything was denied from a second motherfucking judge. A second judge has denied her case against Marcella. The judge wants the exact same things as the other judge, Chuck, wants. He wants her to pay them filing fees, you bum ass bitch. They want you to give your legal name and give your legal address, bitch, and state a claim to which you can litigate on. Okay. Hey, drop the mic. Thank you so much for joining. So, y'all, everything was denied, and rejected. She needs some milk over there. She done got her ass thrown out of not one, but two federal courts. And, you know, she's going to end up losing another round against PB Ignat as well. None of her cases are going anywhere. And I'm going to keep bringing y'all updates. And for the ones that don't like it, fuck you. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.